Let's get it.
Welcome back, everybody. It sounds like you guys are excited today.
I'm very pumped. Unironically,
We are ready to fucking go.
I can't wait to get eaten
Let
by
us.
a flock of pigeons.
Yeah. We find Blair's body. We see Basil filled with so many pigeons. He ate all of them.
To avenge me.
Including the pigeon man. We have to roll him back home.
Oh no. Hold on.
I guess that basically leans into what was the most recent stuff we did. Blair's currently temporarily being taken hostage. And the rest of you all were able to, quote-unquote, return the your captives. You were successful. You did it primarily without fighting, which was very good. So I guess now the only thing to do is to meet back up with Blair. Right?
Yeah, wherever she is.
Yeah.
Haste MVP. Anyways.
So we got the letter, right?
Yeah, that's fairly easy for you guys to get a hold of. You're able to go in and get access to the documents that you would believe in is as strong as possible. That would allow the to provide the pigeon with the necessary protection that they'll go along with the deal. So you're holding up your end of the bargain. So you start to go back the same way that that you came, and you notice a pigeon kind of waiting for you nearby, and who directs you to follow him. Do you follow the pigeon?
Yeah, sure.
She's fucking stupid.
So you follow the pigeon, and it brings you actually outside of the sewers after a while, and from there you are able to navigate to the tower that was described last time. And from there, you're able to look up and you can see Blair and Basil. The main pigeon guy flies down. He fluffs up his feathers and he does a little bow, and then he asks for the paper.
The what?
The paperwork?
Yeah, the thing that you got signed. Yeah, he has to take a look at it.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, okay.
The pardon.
I'm just messing.
Oh.
So do you hand it over?
I mean, if we want Blair back, do we have another choice other than like?
No, you don't. Just hand him the fucking document.
I slowly hand the paper while also holding my gun up to.
Yeah. So he takes the paper, and he looks through it, over it for a little bit. A couple of pigeons come down, and they start looking it over him with him. It looks like one of them whispers something into his ear. And he looks up and he says, "All right, this looks good." And the pigeons swarm and they bring down Basil and Blair back down to the bottom of the tower, and he says, "Well, now that I'm a free man, I'm gonna go and try and open up another restaurant." And he turns, and it looks like he's about to walk away. If you guys want to ask, now's the time.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Wait, what? Mr. Squawkweeze Kustaf, we have some good news for you. The restaurant owner of the previous restaurant you tried to commandeer, very much wants to employ you in his service because he, and I quote, tasted your cooking and said it was the best thing he's ever eaten.
He kind of fluffs up his feathers a little bit, and he's like, "Well, of course it was." He says, "Well, that's good to know, but I wanna be, in charge of my own restaurant. But maybe if I don't make it, I'll contact him. I just need to do some fundraising."
Well, if you're looking for a new place to set up shop, without much competition nearby, we are looking to establish a new settlement in the
Ormos.
jungles of Ormos, in the southern region of it. We're planning on setting up a new monarchy over there, or not monarchy, but what is it exactly that we're technically setting up? A duchy?
Barony is probably the closest term.
A barony over there, yeah, and they're going to be in need of fine cuisine, and you'll be able to establish quite a foothold out there, and probably make people come for miles to taste good cooking.
He looks over and says, "Well, isn't that area mostly barren? Is there people already living there?"
Apparently, yes, and we're also going to be helping to develop that whole area anyways.
He thinks a little bit, and he says, "So you guys will provide land and loans for the purposes of development?"
Yeah, since I think we were planning on doing that anyways for the purpose of developing the region.
Mhm.
So if you want to get your proverbial talons in the door, this is the best.
Yeah,
time.
roll me a persuasion check.
All right, does anyone want to help me? If you want to help me.
No.
This is all you.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's wild. Can I cast guidance on myself?
I'll allow it.
No,
Yo.
don't do it.
And the guidance gives me a how much is it? A D4? Yep.
Yeah.
D4! 24!
He does his bow, and he says, "Very well, I will take you all up on this offer, since it now appears to be that you're trustworthy. Although nothing can compare to the exuberance of the capital here," he says, "but may perhaps starting in a new area is a good way to build up a local brand."
Hey, then you can franchise.
Exactly. It's a good way to get your name out there.
So he says, "Well, let me know when you all will be leaving on this trip to supervise, and I will come along." And a pigeon flies over to you, and it lands on your shoulder, and it vanishes, but you think that it might still be on your shoulder. And he says, "Just tell that pigeon whenever you're ready."
Okay. Adding intangible carrier pigeon to my inventory.
You're like pretty sure there's something on your shoulder, but you're not really sure.
I feel like
My
this thing
soul
has
feels
the.
one pigeon heavier.
I feel
Currently.
like this thing has the fucking habit of cooing at night when you're like trying to sleep to the point of annoyance.
No! No!
And it's like interspersed, so like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh no. Look, even if I was just kidnapped by this man, I feel like
You were held for ransom. Technically, there wasn't any kidnapping. You went willingly.
this is true. Even though me and my son were just held for ransom by this guy, I feel like
Collateral. Collateral's the better word.
collateral for ransom. I will say that honestly, we do need more people to actually help us establish a real community over there. And also, Blair is an idiot who will recruit anyone when it comes.
The funniest thing about this is that this is also like you kind of just sending him far away
This is also
without
true.
necessarily realizing that that's kind of what you're doing. You know, if you set him up shop here, he'd easily be able to come to you at any point. But the place that you're sending him to is like several days travel.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, we'll see. I imagine he'll probably end up wanting to move back here with his main franchise anyways. So
Yeah.
I don't think he will permanently set up shop in Warmos himself. He'll probably have other people manage the original shop and then come back here, is what I was imagining.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But all right, so now you guys can take some stock. This mission is functionally completed. You could still contact, you could still talk to the ambassadors now that they've been moved to a secure location. If you had any further questions for them, they'll probably, they might be able to give you some knowledge about international politics and that kind of thing, but it also made, they also were kidnapped by you, so they might not be really willing to play ball. And then you have a couple of other missions that you can start and or prepare for.
All right, yeah. So we have the race and we have the island, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the race was the next most pressing thing, because the first race opportunity is about to come up, in the next day or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the island one will take up time. The round trip, there will still be races when you get back.
Right. Yeah. If we just delay by the extra day till
Unless you spend 100 days out in the wild for whatever reason.
we just have
Which I will tell you is an option. If you decide that you want to stay out there and really city build for a couple months, I won't stop you. In fact, I love it.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 4 in the middle of the jungle. We just have this complete extra massive arc for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gave you guys that option at the very beginning. I don't know if you remember. I said, "Oh yeah, if you guys just want to explore the jungle for the rest of this campaign, you're more than welcome to. You can completely ignore the main plot and just do jungle exploration."
Speaking of jungle exploration, I do actually want to question the ambassadors a little bit.
All right, so you guys go to a safe house in the core that's run by the Hetalytic Order. And they've got them in cells, still in their handcuffs. It's a more comfy cell than what you would expect for obviously a criminal. They're being treated well. They've got a desk and a fairly decent bed. They're being treated as captives, but they're not being mistreated.
Yeah, I imagine they're getting well fed and all that stuff too. Did Fern recommend that we go in and question them disguised or not?
Probably. I wouldn't even let
Fern
them know
says
your
that
face.
Yeah, Fern says that that's up to you. The disguises that you have are still like operational, but they're approaching the end of their time limit. So if you wanted to do it disguised, this would be the time to do it. Otherwise, you'd need to come in with a different disguise. But he says also like if you want to just send someone else randomly in and direct your questions through it. More than likely, he says the one from Ormos has probably put it together. He says about what's going on,
The one from
based off of
Ormus or
their
Omni?
immediate assumption. Huh?
The one from
Or
Ormus
sorry,
or
no,
Omni?
of Omni. Too many O's. The ambassador from Omni has probably kind of figured out the main gist of what's going on.
Oh, that's Aetherbathy? That this whole plot's done by Aetherbathy?
Well, the whole plot's done by a faction of Aethervathy.
Okay.
You guys aren't Aethervathy yet.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess we could send someone else in for us. I don't.
Well, you
can I-
have the disguise. You can use the disguise now.
Yeah. There's a question I want to ask, but the reason I want to ask it, I don't want Basil to come in with us. But
You leave Basil outside.
what I do is I think at this point I would definitely have a picture of Basil's like dragon form by now. Whether I received it from, his school documents or whatever else. I basically
Basil is.
Oh gosh, highs.
Yeah, you were given a yearbook that you have a digital copy of on your sending slate that has his like both human form and dragon form school pictures.
Okay, so I take a screenshot of just the dragon form, like actual portrait, and so what I want to do is when we go in to speak with the Omni person, which I guess we could just do now. I guess I want to ask.
You want to just go in and then you can ask them?
Yeah, we can just go at it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's go in.
Oh yeah, we should. The rest of us should also probably get disguised. So, alibi.
Yeah, I'm going disguised.
But what?
Lunu is probably going to do some training. As much as they like to know.
I will
think-
help Blair. Just make sure, like, it's not like real in, but also try to help her with like some persuasions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need the help.
I need to build a bond better with my boy.
With your walking doggy.
Yep.
Cinna, what is your game plan?
Are you coming with us? Tasura?
Sarah.
Loosen
Oh,
up.
Yeah, my audio got weird. I think I will stick around with Blair and George just in case anything bad happens.
Okay.
I'm sure that
I-
Lunu wants to have like some nice,
How
smooth
about
bonding
this?
time.
Just so like we don't lose track of Basil. Basil, go with Lunu. You're hanging out with Uncle Lunu today.
Have you ever Basil, shouldn't you be in school?
Basil says no, not today.
Okay.
Uncle Lunu's
It's
gonna
no
babysit
questions.
you.
Mm.
Not perception check, no insight.
Inside check.
Yeah. No, I trust him. I think Basil is better judge of character than probably Blair.
He definitely has had the most character development out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so, probably.
He was a terrible little kid when you first met him.
Yeah.
This is true. He's come so far. I'm so proud of him. Oh my god. But
Now he
anyways,
asks before he kills somebody.
right? But anyways, speaking of Basil and loving him, let's see. So let's walk into the Omnis. What was her name again? I'm sorry.
It's the very long one.
Oh no.
But the short version of it that is Azra, Azra.
Absolutely.
Her full name is very long.
Yes. Does anyone have any other questions to ask first? Because I would prefer not to open with this.
I mean, I don't have any questions for her particularly. I know that she knows.
That we know.
It's how long has it? Okay, how long has it been since we like captured her? It's only been like an hour, right?
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
been your time because your disguises are still up.
So like, I was gonna let her think on my proposal, and I was just gonna like sit here.
George. you
Oh,
have
what
any
was your
other-
proposal?
If she wants to like have a match at some point after all of this clears up. Like, I will sweeten the deal and be like, I'll offer to do any one thing for her that won't mess up my current situation. But
So she says, so there's no way if I win that you'll let me leave.
not in the near future.
And she says, well, what makes you think that the second the fight happens, I won't use my powers to run away?
I think that I'm looking at you. I feel like you have more honor than that.
Roll me a quick insight.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance?
Sure.
Insight's not my best, but 12, and then a D4.
Yep.
16.
Oh, no. Yeah, you get the feeling that she would definitely try and fight you, but you get the feeling that if she won, she would use her powers to leave.
Okay, fair enough.
And at number 2, if it seemed like she was about to lose, she may just leave anyway. That, you know, like the honor system, it means that she would have to agree to the fight and would do the fight. But you also know, like, she has obligations to the nation that she represents, and she may be willing to sacrifice her personal honor to fulfill those. So in your conversation back and forth with her, you get the feeling that personal honor, you'd probably need to set it up in some way to like maybe like prevent, number one, kind of figure out what kind of powers she has in order to make sure that she can't use them to escape, or create a situation that it would be harder for her to do that. But you also don't really know what her powers are, which makes it a little difficult. But theoretically, like, having somebody on hand who, you know, might be able to like counterspell if she tries to use a spell to teleport away, or these are things that come into your head as you're doing it. But she may not actually have any of that. She may just be confident that she thinks that if she can beat you, then she'll be able to force her way out. Which, to a fair point, you all are the strongest. So if you're not around, the others probably won't be able to keep her secure without those handcuffs.
So yeah, I'll be honest. If she beats me, I have no reason to. I'll have like no right to try and stop her. It would have to be like everybody else. But
I mean, part of me also wants to cast Zone of Truth on this lady just so we can get some questions out of the way.
I mean, here's the thing.
But
I imagine you were also saying that you wanted to have a match after everything cleared up, so I
Yeah.
imagine that includes her needing to be detained in the first place.
yeah,
And I imagine you also wouldn't have to have the 1v1 to the death.
Yeah.
not necessarily. No.
I assumed it wasn't to the death.
Yeah.
And that's what she assumed as well. You get the feeling that she probably wouldn't have killed you in this battle, if she did win. But she then expected the same thing in return.
Yeah, which makes sense. If it's a match for sport, obviously. In that case, then, Austin, did you have any other questions?
I'm just trying to think of what we know. Like, is she aware of the of the Inquisitor?
She almost definitely would be, considering he's been on the front page news for a little bit.
I guess you could ask, like, do they have any, do their forces have any information or knowledge on this guy, like extra?
Yeah, like prior affiliation, all that. Like I asked
well,
that.
prior or just after he made himself, like
prior
really,
or after.
Yeah,
Like,
they could have gathered some intelligence on him.
yeah.
He says, "You're asking me to betray my nation's secrets to you?
So wait, hold on.
What do I get out of it?" You're asking her for her intelligence. She's like, "Why would I give it to you?"
On this one guy.
Yeah.
That guy has ties to your country.
She says, I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
Sorry, I'm just like, either I just cast Zone of Truth to get it done with, or she's just gonna resist the save.
Yeah, you get the feeling that if you cast Zone of Truth, she may just stop talking until it was gone.
Yeah.
This is a person who you can tell is very intelligent and has probably got ways. Under normal circumstances, she's probably got countermeasures. A lot of those are probably being gotten rid of by the cuffs, so the spell would probably go through. But that doesn't mean that she won't. This is the kind of person that you think would give you
the silent
as little as possible.
Yeah, like if she's already like hiding info on this guy, part of me like jokingly like, look, I have this access to this new lucrative currency. It's called V-coin.
She's lived in Aethervathy for a little bit now, so like recent events she is aware of.
Damn. Ugh. What can we offer this lady? Intelligence. Think brain.
Wait, can I just? This is how? Did I not just cast suggestion to get her to talk, or no? Isn't that how that works?
That's not how that works.
Put the spell in the spell description.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So, assuming she failed the spell, you would need to suggest a course of activity, which you're limited in terms of how much you can say. getting complex, like, political answers is probably not something that you're going to be able to do in those 2 sentences.
Can I not just say to answer questions truthfully?
Yeah, but then, like, there are ways to get around that. But you could, yeah. I mean, it may end up making things harder for her to lie about these kind of things. Um and but, like, so for example, like, suggestion, you can't have someone do something that's, like, really not in their interest. So, like, asking for, like, super state secrets, she wouldn't do. She probably would answer some of the lower level stuff if you did that. But anything major, either the spell wouldn't work, or there are ways for her to. You would know there are ways for her to kind of get around it, since it's such a short requirement.
Right, I see. I mean, I do have a reason why her telling us, like, if she does know any specific thing about the Inquisitor would be of, like, actual like, benefit to her to tell us. If we simply go the route of, like, we're also trying to take him down. Because he's currently a threat to all politicians across the entire country, basically, whether they're from Aethervathi or not.
So what you say is that, like, he's just as much of a threat to Omni as he is to Aethervathi. You should, if you have anything, you should let us know.
Yeah, because we're trying to take him down and to stop him in his tracks.
I feel like that kind of gives more information about who we are, though. If, like, we say that we're the ones trying to take him down.
I mean, I'm sure there's many factions in Aethervathi who also want him gone. Not just us. Not just the Friends of Opal, you know what I mean?
Valid, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a diplomacy check. Persuasion.
Yeah.
We'll have, I was gonna say, Austin, you have to roll it, but Blair can give you advantage.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Alright, here I go. Good.
Thank goodness, man.
Yeah. I'm also going to spice the offer by using knowledge of the past to sweeten the deal, and I'm going to roll a d6 on top of that. One moment.
Well, now,
24.
Yeah, so she says, look, I don't even fully know who you guys are. As far as I'm aware, he's all of our intelligence doesn't have anything on him before he came to Aethervathi. So if he had any connection with Omni before, but I do definitely agree the guy's a madman. The fact that Aethervathi has given him this much political power already is dangerous.
Yeah, no.
All right. And I also want to follow up and ask a question. So I take out my sending slate and I pull up the picture of Basil in his dragon form. It just shows the picture, it doesn't show anything else. This is the screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
And I show it to her and I say, does this dragon look familiar to you? Or have you ever seen them? And I cast detect thoughts
Put the detect thoughts in the
Yeah, so it's part
In
of
the-
yeah.
yeah, just put the spell description.
Second. Here it is. Oh my god, so long.
Yeah. Are you going to probe deeper, or are you just looking for surface level thoughts?
Can I see the surface? I can initially learn the surface thoughts of the creatures. So, what are the surface
Yeah.
thoughts?
So you show the picture, and it looks down at it, and it says, is this the same dragon you guys brought with you when you kidnapped me, the invisible one?
Oh no! Oh no!
The surface level thoughts that you get is like inquisitive. She's prying for information now too.
Oh no! Because we knew out of character, we knew that she, we knew that she could like, kind of see through the illusion magic, but not fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess she could see through Basil's completely, like not just his disguise, but also his visage, which is insane. Or she at least knew it was a dragon. How the fuck would she even know that?
She could probably tell types.
Is that what it is? She can sense dragons? I mean, they are from Omni, who's ruled by a dragon.
She probably has like some weird version of like true sight.
I mean, the good news is, if she's only able to see his dragon form, this is actually a plus, because 99% of the time he's in his visage form. Although granted,
Well, no, so she,
But she would still see the
asked
dragon.
you if it was
Yeah.
the same dragon.
yeah, actually no. Now I'm thinking about you're right. Yeah, she still knows.
Well, so she may not know if it is the same dragon.
Oh, that's also true.
But she
so
also
I-
just could be fishing for information.
So how about I how about I lie and just say no, it's not. Also, what dragon? Haha, no. She knows if she knows we have a dragon. I'm just gonna say no.
Roll me a deception check.
Can someone help me out? Anyone help me out?
I can help you out. So it's like,
Are you trained in deception?
yeah, I am.
Oh, perfect.
So I guess we'd have to roll it again though. But I would help out saying like, there's a lot of dragons out here. Like any of them could be anyone.
We can just say we can just say no. This is a different dragon.
Alright, yeah, roll it again. Nice.
$25.
She says, yes, they do appear to be popping up everywhere here nowadays. I I recognize this dragon, the one that you've. She points to it. This is the dragon that's in the Friend of Bubbles. She like looks up to you, waiting for you to say something in response to that.
Didn't expect them to, actually know what his dragon form looked like, but man.
It is true. There was only I mean, you did rampage through like a couple of villages with him originally, but
Okay.
most people, it's not common knowledge what he looks like.
So I guess I'll follow up on her response. Or if,
Well, what
you don't
were
want
you
me
gonna
to.
say? Because I have one. What were you
I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say, just to like bury the lead on it being us, like that being our dragon, I would just be like, do you have any idea where they might have gotten him from? Because like dragons aren't really native to Aethervathy, but they keep popping up now.
At least these kinds of like Earth Light dragons aren't. And we can.
All right, so what do you say?
What I want to get to is, does this dragon potentially originate from Omni?
Yeah, that's kind of in the same vein that I'm asking. Just like, do you have any idea where it could have come from?
Because I know their leader is a
Well,
light
you
dragon.
could be like, yeah. Do you have any idea how they got it? Could it have come from Omni?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's an Earth dragon, which is weird to be in Oramos. First of all, second of all, it's also half light dragon, so it's like a gem dragon. So and we know the Emperor of Omni is also a light dragon. Is this potentially like a distant relative or anything like that, or is it possibly came from Omni somehow?
She says, my office has taken an interest in this dragon, which is why I know about him for that same particular reason. But we haven't had any direct interaction with them, and as far as we can tell, there's no paper trail. It seems like they just went into the jungle one day and came back with him. Which is funny because that is what happened. You guys did just go into the jungle.
It's just literally what happened. They have the whole entire paper trail.
So as far as they're aware, hold up 1 second, guys.
I am back, by the way.
Welcome back.
I was gonna say, like, the only dragons that would actually be, like, even native, if not, might be from around here, are water dragons. And
Because we're underwater. So again, an half light gem dragon it makes no sense why he's here. Unless
Okay,
he came from some place like Omni where they're a lot more common.
mm-hmm.
So it's I guess another potential. I mean, I don't know much about the Emperor of Omni's offspring or descendants over time.
So based off of the answer you got from the ambassador certainly thinks that's possible, but she doesn't have any evidence one way or the other.
Okay. Very interesting. All right, but yeah, if that's what they've got, that's what they've got.
Mm-hmm. Now, part of it may also be because, if you were willing to reveal that you are them and you tell her exactly how you found Basil, then maybe she'd be able to do more information. But since you're withholding information, the information that she has is that you guys went into the jungle and came out with it, because that's what's been reported on. That's what's common knowledge.
I mean, do we have much other information besides that? I mean,
Yeah, he was living out in the wild, and it seems that he was brought there as an egg because he was hatched, and he never saw any other dragon.
Oh, that's true. I don't know, guys. If she, fine. Do you guys think it's a terrible idea? Out of character, do you guys think it's a terrible idea for us to reveal ourselves to her? It
Yes.
probably is.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
No.
At least not right now.
We can always, like I said, we can always stage a fake rescue operation later.
But she would still be able to tell in some way, shape, or form, which is one thing.
Well,
So I don't know. I really don't know.
well, we just wouldn't.
Well, you also can maybe try and ask like some questions in order to see how much she's figured out about you guys.
Oh, that's also true.
Because apparently, invisibility doesn't work, and the general she can tell if there was illusions. But besides that, you don't actually know how much information she has on you guys. She may already know.
I
A
mean,
good question would probably be, what would she do?
Yeah.
If she was let go. Not escaped, let go.
that is true.
Yeah.
And she could be lying.
So you send that over like a sending Slate message. Hey, I just thought of a question to ask her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you ask her specifically, Blair?
We could say something like, depending on your answer, like comes to, when you would be able to leave, or depending on your answer, you could be allowed to leave earlier, sooner than later. If we were to let you go, what would you do? I guess. Unless you guys have any other better way to phrase it. Well, otherwise, I think that's like the best way of phrasing it, to be like, all right, but like if you want to just be honest, like what are you actually gonna do?
She says, well, first I'd have to, beg forgiveness for being captured. This whole process has been quite humiliating for me. And then if I'm so allowed, I would return back to work.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta get that. I mean, it doesn't
All
make
right.
sense.
He says, are you asking if I would seek revenge on you?
A little.
I wasn't, but it's that is another very pertinent question to here. So, yes, what would you say to that then?
This is not the point of your disguises, so that way I am unable to do so.
I mean, so I guess from here, out of character? I guess from here, out of character, what do you guys think would be the best way to follow that up with? To try to get her to explain how the fuck she's seeing through that?
I think our disguises aren't as helpful as we thought they would be.
Damn, we should have doubled up. Use the disguise kit and then use disguise self.
Like, I think they're working, but she can tell it's fake. I think that's how it's working, because otherwise I'm pretty sure she would just out us to meme on us, because, she has no reason not to.
granted, like, I'm presuming they already know who we are, and we can't do.
No. I'm
Well,
saying I don't
yeah.
think they know who we are. I think they just know that we're wearing disguises.
I'll just say that like it seems like you have some special sight, so I'm not too sure if
Like,
us
you
having
guys
disguises.
actually know our names or anything, or
Like, I guess that's the thing, right? It's like, how much is she?
So yeah, I would just say it depends on how much you can see.
Yeah, literally, that is the answer. Yeah, it depends on how much. It's obvious that you can see, at least partially see through our disguises, but how much can you see through? And I also want to point out that my detect thoughts is still up because it just requires concentration, nothing else.
Yeah. So, she smiles a little bit, and she says, "Oh well, if I gave you that information, then you might not let me go."
I don't think it's a well. If you gave us the information, and depending on your answer, I think then from there on, it would just. Then it just changes how the conversation works. I don't think it's necessarily a matter of, if we'll let you go. It's just how.
Yes or when?
Sorry, what?
Isn't it just like a matter of when?
Yeah.
She pulls up her handcuffs, and she points to Cinna, and she says, "Well, I know you have 4 legs, even though your illusion only has you having 2." It turns to George, and she points to you, and she says, you give off a particular stench as someone who has been around a lot of death. And then she turns to you, Blair, and she says, you know, I may not be able to tell exactly who you are, but if we ever met again in the future, I would know it was you.
Damn it! This is a disaster! This is literally the worst case scenario. What is my detect thoughts? Say, what are her surface thoughts?
Your detect thoughts are still like she hasn't put together who you guys are yet. But your previous deception rolls were pretty good at distracting her from it. So you, from the detect thoughts, she is still questioning who you are, based off of the information that she has. And so you with that, you're also fairly confident that what she's told you is the truth. Just simply because it's it may not be necessarily the full truth, but she's trying to be a little bit more honest because she thinks that you guys are being also honest about the possibility of her getting let go.
Yeah, I guess it's look, because here's the thing, guys. We basically have been caught, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we haven't actually been caught, but if we are ever seen by this person again, without our disguises, instantly she'll know who we are.
Yeah, that is true. That's definitely true.
Because, like, at that point, the puzzle pieces will fall into place. Like, oh yeah, 4-legged guy, death-smelling dude, idiot pop star, and dragon. Wow, who could it possibly fucking be? Especially when
Yes, but remember, you also need to remember that this whole operation was meant to sow confusion. Perhaps you guys were chosen because you fit the profile. We have someone with 4 legs. And she doesn't know if perhaps you guys, like, that's another layer of the disguise. She also doesn't have this
We
information.
find another group of vendors that look like us.
I mean, Viscosity was able to do it pretty well.
True. That
Exactly.
is
So,
viscosity.
so don't assume that if you let her go, she'll like just be sitting there like drinking tea one day and be like, "Oh, that's who it is."
Oh no,
but
I
her
meant if
telling
we
you,
ever get out.
I can tell, if we ever meet again without, I'll remember you. And she has given you a little bit of information about how the senses work as well.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it's like. Because the other thing is, I really do want to get a chance to ask her about Basil. The problem is that I don't know if I could ever do that. Unless we do. I guess the only way it would work is if there was some way we could cut a deal so that, like, her being let go would be in the best way possible for her and somehow make her look really good. This is basically neutralizing the problem of her getting captured in the first place. And or probably, giving some extra other things to sweeten the deal as well. Maybe some intelligence.
you already do know quite a bit about her motivations and her personality.
Yeah, whether it be exactly. And the thing about it is that, if there was some sort of, I guess, weird underhand deal to be made where it would just benefit beyond the embassy, like maybe against the Boros one or something, right? Then she could justify going along with the ruse, of us rescuing and returning her, or her. I don't know. We stage something where it looks like she got on her own or whatever.
He breaks out valiantly, yeah.
Something like exactly. So where it's like, holy shit, she did it herself, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Although she might also not be happy that we're attempting to, I don't know, to sow all this confusion, start a war, unless there was some other. Unless we just came up with a total bullshit story.
Okay, so we can like stall a little bit.
Actually, I just thought of something.
What?
I mean, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, we can stall. So like, I think we can just kind of like we can get what her terms would be if we say like, hey, since you've been honest with us, we still have a job to do. You've been honest with us. Once we let you go, we're willing to make it look as good for you as possible.
We could also, out of characters, one more thing I wanted to suggest. A possible different way a different reason for us kidnapping her. So, we could make up a bullshit story that the reason we did so is to actually protect her from the Inquisitor, if we do come clean. And maybe we had some intel saying, oh, he was going to target the embassies to try to start a war or something like that. So
sound in character.
Yeah, this is out of character right now. There's a lot of character.
No, I know, but I'm saying that in character for him to do that.
It is in character for him, right? And then, like, we could say that, look, we did it so that we could stop this exact thing from happening. Because otherwise, what would happen is that he'd do this, and then it'd make it, like, look like either Matthew did it, or whatever else, other crazy madman reason he's trying to do. To cause huge political turmoil, an entire war, to make it easier for, there to be all this political unrest for him to seize power. And since we've opened up basically by asking about the Inquisitor, it would probably make more sense. It would be like, oh, that's why they wanted to know about our intel with this. Because they're trying to stop him from literally causing the entire nation to burn down. and then also it wouldn't just look like we're trying to basically, to basically trying to just help Bubbles stop all this other garbage from happening with the Forest Company. But yeah, if you guys wanted to go that route, because she might be able to, yeah. Because then it would also let us cleanly get out of this with no consequences. She already has a decent idea of who we are.
Yeah. So I don't know if it will be no consequences, but I do think that that's a good route to go, where it's like, hey, where it's like, hey, we've gotten some intel that the Inquisitor is out and about trying to destabilize public relations with like Ormos's or Aetherbathy's relations with other nations. Like he's already been like found like setting explosives out in other places, doing all this other stuff, setting up like spies, doing all this like random stuff, trying to like cause some type of unrest for his plan. We don't know what his plan is, but once all of it settles down, we'll be willing to like make this look as good for you as possible. Like get you out, get you nice, get you in a good position, out and about, safe.
Yes, because the reason.
So this is also something that you don't necessarily need to tell her now. You could tell her later on once you're actually getting ready to let her go.
Yeah, I think once the whole.
Because if you tell her anything now, she'll remember it, and if things change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. So I guess we can hold off. But I think we're getting closer. Yeah, we might reveal ourselves and explain our motives with this angle.
Okay, so yeah, we can just like say, we can just set it off. Say, hey, we appreciate you being honest with us. We need to talk to our higher ups. We need to talk to our superiors. But I appreciate the honesty, and I promise you that we're trying to do this in the best interest for everybody.
Yes, and resolve this as soon as we can.
She kind of responds back, well, have them bring me some reading material. Time isn't completely wasted.
All right, it'll be done.
All right.
All right then. Yeah, I guess we can just leave it on the way out. I'll turn like, hey, you could bring some tomes from the library. You just do a bunch of them, like a whole stack or two, to give her some more things to do while she's waiting in the cell. I think there's a way we can, I think we'll be able to find a way to hopefully make this eventual transition of what to do with them a lot easier later down the line.
Mm-hmm. The guard says, we'll make sure that we bring stuff over.
All right.
So is there anything else you want to do? Yeah, heading out?
I guess we could just, I guess we could just head out, honestly.
Yeah. As you're leaving, you hear yelling from the Boros ambassador.
Oh, wait!
Being like, hey, you talk with them forever. Why don't you want to talk to me?
Oh, I guess we could.
What's going on?
You want to?
You don't have to. They're just very angry.
Oh, I guess we should at least talk to them for a second, so they're not absolutely
Yeah, no, they could have some better information. Who knows? That they could just.
We should try to smooth things over with both of them if we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's Okay. More Sylvester, how you doing other than tied up?
She says, I'm not giving out any information unless you guys get me a drink.
Okay.
And sure.
I yell the one. What do you like? What kind of drinks do you like?
She says, I don't know, rum, whiskey, tea with
get a-
lemon. What do you think I want?
That's true. Give me the best rum-based punch you can get, Mr. Guard friend.
She says, whoa. Punch? We're watering it down? I thought this was a business meeting.
No, I meant more so like fruit-based, for like, you know, it's important to ward off scurvy and all of that when we're at sea like this.
She says, what are you talking about? Rum's made from sugar.
Well, if it's like a fruit punch. Whatever. You know what? Fuck it. Just bring the whole fucking bottle of rum. Fuck it. And bring me the bottle of punch. And I just hand her the
Alright.
bottle of rum and start drinking the bottle of punch from the bottle because I'm fucking...
Yeah. So you're both angrily drinking in front of each other. I'm assuming you guys have swapped your costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only ones.
Yeah, George.
She like puts the bottle down and she says, "See, I always knew you Omniites are light drinkers. There's a punch." She says, "All right. Now, what kind of torture are you doing? I don't have all day."
Torture? Cinna, do you want to bluff?
Oh, I don't want to torture her.
Well, I wrote my autobiography.
Yeah, we got some. Like, this dude could read you his novel if you want that.
Yeah, no, I've been working on it.
His memoirs.
My memoirs.
She says, "Why are you so special that you have your own memoir?"
I had a very interesting life.
He's pretty storied. Actually, he's just a, you know, if I'm gonna be honest here, he's just kind of a, you know, a complete fucking
A
oh my
bit of a
God.
blowhard.
No.
So but are you gonna actually read George's biography?
Well,
No,
okay,
not
we
George's.
find names. Oh, he's okay. I remember what the actual word. I just
Wait,
didn't
our
say.
walrus friend. He has a
Yeah.
book.
Our
I hope
walrus?
he's been sending me copies.
God. Oh yeah.
You have copies of it. You can read that.
Oh yeah. No,
Mhm.
it's
Oh my
not
God, it's so
autobiography.
funny.
It's not my memoir. It's my good friend. What was his name?
Do I have his name in here,
I don't remember
please?
his name either.
I don't even remember this walrus
Oh
name.
my God. What was
I should have his name in my
His
sheet.
name. It was named after an island.
When did we meet this walrus guy?
Very
Episode
early.
1.
Barbados. Barbados.
It's not Barbados.
Barbados?
No. Barbados is the flying guy. What was his name?
Wait.
It was
you're not talking about
Taz.
Barbados, right?
No. We're talking about the walrus guy. His name was Taz.
Taz.
He was with Barbados.
He wasn't.
No, but he was in the same area.
Oh, okay.
He lived topside. You guys met him as you were maybe not episode 1, it was like episode 2 or 3, but
Like getting off.
you met him
our-
very early.
Yeah, getting off our boat or speeder. or
His name
whatever.
was Taz. I remember it. So you read Taz's memoir. You get about halfway through the first paragraph, and she's like, "All right, what do you want to know?"
She gave up. Holy-
The day
Okay.
I sat on a rock, I pondered about life.
She says, "No. I already said I'd give you everything you wanted."
Okay. So let's first off, How much do you know about the Inquisitor?
She says the Inquisitor what?
The guy.
crazy angel guy who was just going around murdering people, including the candidates for the selection.
Oh, that guy that stabbed the monkfish guy. That was in the paper.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Oh. You guys didn't gather any information on him whatsoever after he just casually killed one of the candidates and was threatening to plunge the entire nation and world into war?
I think my staff sent a memo back home.
God damn it. The fucking Boros company is a disaster.
Yep.
Oh my god.
She thinks a little bit about it, and she says, "Well, actually, we did get a guy. Sometimes we'll get a guy from headquarters. He'll come in and they'll like take over an office space, and they'll be here for a couple of days, and then they'll vanish, and they don't talk to the rest of us. Diplomatic." She says, "They're the ones who take care of all of that stuff."
Oh, like intelligence?
She says, "I don't know what that means." But yeah, sure. Like, that's like, intel gathering. That sounds about right.
So there is a specific department of the Boros company that actually has their shit together. That's crazy.
She says, yeah, they work directly under a guy named Max.
Do Outcast Song people know this Max?
Yep.
Yep.
Who is this man, for context sake?
He's a little halfling guy. I think he's like the financial advisor.
Yep.
That's really funny that the fucking
Money
IRS
guy.
manager is the guy who has the tabs on. But
Yeah, anyway, I got sent to this post, because, yeah, he needed me to move to some point on an island somewhere in order to take care of a bunch of stuff, and I may have gotten a little sidetracked and didn't do it. So then he was like, "All right, now you can go then and go be the ambassador to Aether Vathy," and that's why I'm here.
what did you get sidetracked doing?
She says, "I was drinking. What do you expect?"
You know what? That's fair.
Says, "I don't know. Maybe I saw a really nice, ship that was flying an independent flag and just decided to, help myself to the treasure." Do you know how common it is to find a ship with nobody on it in the middle of the sea as well, if it's a friendly flag? Just be like, "Oh, there was no one on it. It was salvaged." We don't know what happened to all the people.
Jesus Christ.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Everyone knows.
And then, you spend the extra money.
Yeah, the wild unmanned population has been exploding recently.
The what?
The wild unmanned ship population has been exploding recently. I don't know why.
Yeah, she says, yeah, exactly.
This disaster happens. This will greatly affect the unmanned ship population.
Nature is healing.
I messaged back about my practice. I found a lot of unmanned sunken ships recently.
They're just floating.
Yeah, no, it's all pictures of of sunken ships.
It's like I go back into the fathom-flooded skies next time I see a bunch of spirits of unmanned ships.
Nature is healing.
Nature is healing.
But yeah, but anyway, so she says, By the way, I would like to defect. She's finished
What?
the bottle.
Defect to like from the Boros company?
She says, "Oh yeah, this is a multi-strike offense. If I go back, you got a pretty high chance that I'll end up in an even worse place, or they might just execute me."
Oh,
Hmm.
well then. I mean, out of character. Do you guys want to fucking recruit the Boros captain maybe for something? For our fucking whatever the fuck expedition or
We're
whatever.
just gonna adopt every NPC down on their luck.
Just recruit every other boss, right?
We didn't even
We
fight
keep
her.
up the streak, right?
We didn't even fight her. We just cuffed her.
I mean, she was technically a boss. We just opted to be a different way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also assuming that you believe her.
I mean, I kind of. I mean, can I detect thoughts to see if she's what her surface level thoughts are?
You gonna cast another spell? Or is it because I think you have to do a specific target, right?
Yeah. I'll cast it again. I don't mind.
Oh wait, no, hold on. On a... Oh no, that's only if you focus. So you can still get the surface level thoughts with the original spell cast.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of hard to tell because inside of her head, her surface level thoughts are drunk.
You know what? That's fair.
So you kind of just get exactly what she's saying, just like repeated a couple of times before she says it, as if she's trying to, like, say it clearer.
I see. If you were to defect, would you be down to you know, if we were to have an open position, would you be down to engage in a 1v1 to show your stuff? I say, like, nudging Cinna.
I don't even want to fight this one. I'll be real with you. She doesn't know anything about me.
She says,
I'd do it.
"Well,
Sure.
a one-on-one fight with a grunt from the Omni Empire is not gonna be a good fight. If I'm gonna defect to you guys, I'll really need to show off my stuff. But also, most of my stuff requires some prep."
Hey, I just want to let you guys know, they don't think they're defecting to Averthappy. They think they're defecting to Omni.
Fuck. Yeah, no.
This is also true. I feel like that would only be an improvement because they don't seem to have respect for Omni.
So now's the risk. Do you tell them who you actually are?
Yeah,
Okay.
because as soon as you
We
tell
can-
them...
We can wait. Oh, we can wait.
We can play coin. Wait, here, my idea. Hear me out. We just say we actually know some people that are looking to hire, and here in Abervathy.
Yeah, we could actually say that. It's like, yeah, there are some people. Yeah, well, it's not for us really, but it's for some contacts of ours.
Someone please make a fucking note of this so we don't forget.
Hey, this is a terrible idea.
It really is.
This is a fucking god-awful idea.
Like, I'd fight her, sure, but like, I don't think we
Or
need
I'd
her.
fight her too. I could also fight her if you'd rather I take this one.
No, I don't even think that's even the issue. The issue is...
He provides no value for us.
Yeah.
What I was thinking out of character is that we could get her to potentially... She could be one of the, like, defenders of our new region, of our new baron,
Hey,
or something
that's
like that.
great,
Like the
but we
captain of the-
lose the one diplomat with the
I don't
Boros
mean yet.
company.
Oh no! I don't mean
Which-
right now. I mean after all this is sorted through.
Yeah,
I'm not saying let her out now.
maybe,
I'm saying for it to be similar to
maybe,
like.
but it's still. I would not consider it. I would not let them know that we're even considering it.
I mean, I think we could say it's like, like we could at least say like we'll have to discuss it with our superiors, but you may. I mean, if you want to just defect, it might actually. Maybe we could figure something out if that's actually what you want, but we would have to do some heavy figuring stuff out first. Because it would technically make it easier to return them back. If we just didn't have to actually return them back and they could just go where the fuck else. I don't think she's lying.
You say that you'll take it under advisement with your superiors?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
All
we
right,
can
she
fully
says, all right,
cover
that
it.
sounds good. And then she lies down and goes to sleep.
And there she goes. Look, all I'm saying is I personally believe her, but if you guys don't, we can also
No,
just cast Zone
It's not that I don't
Here's-
believe her, it's that
Here's,
she's just
here's the question that I would like to ask. Do you actually report the suggestion to your superiors?
no.
I don't see why. I don't see what the harm of telling them.
Here's the issue. The only reason they are useful to us is because they are associated with the Boros company.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I guess I
and
would
again, I
report.
understand this, and I'm not saying to let them go until all of the stuff we need to happen happens. It's the
Yeah.
exact same thing with the Omni person. Like,
So, like, I was fine with letting him go with regardless. We're fine with letting him go at the end once everything's done. That's, like, been the plan, I thought. But
Yeah. That's
I
totally the plan.
think that the worry now is the fact that she was so willing to defect might mean that Boros doesn't care about her. So we should at
so
least,
the good news is-
like, put that out there to
the-
Fern and, like, whoever else.
The good news is that Basil got caught. Ironically, because now they will, even if the Boros doesn't care that much about their ambassador, Omni definitely does. And so they'll probably start some skirmishes or whatever and to give us the exact distraction we want. So, and if, the ambassador is still useful to us for Boros because they are still valuable to them for some reason or for whatever reason, we still have them in our pocket, right? So that's the good thing. So yeah, so I think regardless, obviously we're not letting them go anytime soon. It's once all this stuff is sorted out, then we can maybe figure out a place for them if they did want to defect, etc., etc. But yeah, for now, obviously we're using both the ambassadors as the bargaining chips that they are. But this is just for later, because the obvious question of what the fuck do we do with them afterwards, because I don't think we want to just fucking execute them, because it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, that was never on the table.
Yeah, so it's either a matter of returning them without them fucking waging war on either Valley after the fact, by us either breaking them out in a ruse or, revealing to, the Omni one, like, hey, look, it's us, we were doing it to protect you because we had intel showing that the Inquisitor is going to try to fucking murder you and the other ambassador and to start a fucking massive war. And then for the other one, I mean, if she wants to just defect, we can just let her defect, like, want to, help defend our colony in the jungle or some other place that has someone who needs someone who wants, to be able to fight on the regular, etc., etc. Like, she could actually be useful someplace if she doesn't actually give a shit about.
No, that's fine. It's just that to humor them when we can't really make a promise.
No, you're right. I think it's better to be like, look, well, thanks for letting us know. We'll take it under advisement, and and we'll speak to our superiors. But I think that's a completely fine thing to say. Like, we're not promising anything, but I mean, hey, since we know, we'll let them know.
We'll call you.
We'll call you literally.
We'll call us. We'll call you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, And with that, since she's literally like passed out from drinking an entire bottle of rum, and while Blair is about to pass out after drinking an entire bottle of punch, let's head out.
All right.
Back up to the surface and see how Lunu's doing. And Basil.
Yeah, so you guys leave. You come out and you re-catch up at the training route. I'm assuming that this is what you guys want to do next. Is you want to do the race first?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is starting to get a little bit late. So what we can do is yeah. Well, I was gonna say we can get it started because that whole thing probably will take too long. But I can introduce it.
Okay.
So Lunu, you go through your training regiment. You've bonded with your ride. Have you given it a name yet?
We came up with a name. And I did not write it down. Even though this episode the episode where we named it is definitely up.
Well, that's okay. We can find it.
Yeah, we'll find it later. But
the walking doggy.
Yeah, the walking doggy.
Are you looking for the art?
No, the name.
Yeah, the name. I forgot to draw it too. The name of this creature. The stunning Samantha Chambers.
The stunning Samantha Chambers.
Yes. You have to use the full title. It is required.
What?
So how the course works is the course is around the core, and then it goes up one of the tentacles near where you basically you breach in topside, and then you come back down. So it's a much longer course than the one that you were doing for the dinosaur racing. You scope out the competition. It's still a day or two away, so people are still training and practicing and that kind of stuff. And for the most part, it seems as if even in your short period of training, your superior mount, all of the people that you seem to be seeing that you're going to go up against, you don't think are really a threat. The only one that you think is probably going to be the issue is the boyfriend, the target that you are going up against. And I had his name, but now I believe I have lost it because it's not here. But I have his description. And so one of the days that you're going around doing your training, you see the individual. It is a Simic hybrid Goliath. Very rare. You haven't seen any one of these before. He comes out. You can tell that he's a Simic hybrid because he's actually got a full head of golden hair. That when you get a little bit close to, you realize isn't quite hair, but is rather from. Let me bring this up. What are they called? They're pretty cool. right. The hair kind of looks like it's this.
Okay.
Oh.
What is that? The creature?
Uh, it is.
Oh, it's. I'll show it in the recording. Give me.
I think it's just called the golden worm. It's a marine creature found in Antarctica.
Yeah,
Really?
they're all sorts
Ooh.
of fucked.
Looks horrifying, but also kind of
That's
weirdly pretty.
so. I have a
That's so
big folder in my phone filled with reference pictures. That thing is in my reference pictures.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got what appears to be quite nice, long, luscious hair, and then once you get closer, you realize that's not what it is. It's also odd because Goliaths don't usually have hair on their heads.
They do. They, I believe in Oid that actually, even in the like the D.
Yeah, but they usually don't have them. Is the thing they usually shave.
Is
So
what are
it's
those
uncommon
hairs
to see.
on what are those hairs on this worm? Are they like tendrils or like use it to swim? Like what the fuck are they?
Yeah, they're used to swim. Like when it moves around, it uses those to move. In the water.
Right.
I think actually I just saw a gif of it. Where was it?
I just had no idea such a creature existed, and fucking Antarctica of all places. That's crazy.
Gotta love it. You would think like
they could be up to 20 centimeters in size. They're basically scales.
Mm-hmm. Weird scale appendages.
Yep.
But what is this? What is this? Samson Atham motherfucker's mount?
That's a good question. He comes out with a very impressive, larger than average Kelpie.
Oh shit!
So it's got the front half of a horse, and then the bottom half of kind of fish-like. He's got kelp for a mane, and it also the kelp is the same golden color though as his hair.
I was literally about to ask that.
They match, huh?
Yeah, I was literally about to ask that. It's the same color as his hair. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a goldfish-based kelpie.
Hey, I just want to point out that it's even funnier. I always joked like, yes, unicorns exist in Oid, but horses do not.
Yeah.
Kelpies existing in Oid is also very funny, since horses.
Yeah, because
do
normal
not.
horses don't.
What is this?
What are seahorses called?
They're called
seahorse.
seahorses. Yeah. It's
Well,
a little weird.
since horses don't exist, would they just be seas?
Yeah, don't.
Anyways,
It's just a name.
So as you're looking through the charts of everybody, Connor, you realize that there's also one additional person that has been listed on here that you have not seen train, despite in addition to this main guy. On the last day, a guy comes in on what appears to be a normal donkey, and he's got the badge number for the missing person. So you've never seen him train or anything. It's just it's a gnome on a donkey.
What?
This is the one I am afraid of most of all.
This is a
This is the truest psychopath. Yeah, Goliath on a golden kelpie, whatever. The motherfucker taking his fucking donkey as a deep sea racing creature. I fear this man.
There's got to be something up.
Besides that, everybody else is just, like, you got a couple people on tiger sharks that look like they're pretty cool, but they're just trying to, like, look cool. There's one dude on a manta ray that, like, you see was going pretty fast, but, you've seen some of their previous matches, and you're currently not worried about any of them. You've never seen this gnome on the donkey before. He's new, and then you do think that the Goliath on the Kelpie will be a worthy challenge. It will not be easy to beat him.
Yeah.
So you can also use this time to interact with him if you wanted to ask him any questions or introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm talking to the donkey guy first. I know.
All right, so you will go up to the donkey guy. He's a little bit shorter than you.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
He's a gnome.
Okay, that's fair. I'm like, I got to ask, what's the strategy?
Oh, we're gonna hold our breath. And we're gonna go for it.
The bad lad.
You're amazing.
He says, "What's your strategy?"
I found the creature in the cave, and it became my friend after I saved its life. And hopefully,
he says, "Oh, that's how I met
friendship.
That's how I met good old Seabiscuit here." And he pats the donkey.
Oh, his name is Seabiscuit. Oh, I love that. He
says,
good
"Yep."
Donkey. I want to cast.
He says, "I was exploring cave system, and he was just there."
In the water?
Well, he says, "Oh, no. This was he says we were in those let's just go over to the map here. It's not the most current up to date map. It's the old one still. I need to put the new one in.
Yeah.
But we'll put the new map. No, he points to like the Fire Dwarf kingdoms. No, I picked him up over there.
Oh. Hell yeah.
So they just found him in a cave.
Are you a wizard?
Well, he says, no, not at all. I'm a racer.
You know what? Forget I asked.
Yeah, we
Can
go
I-
around and we
Hey,
compete in races.
I know this is a little rude. Can I talk to your donkey?
Just, well, yeah, I mean, I talk to my donkey all the time.
I can't speak with animal on the donkey. I asked the donkey, you know this is an underwater race.
What?
It's like
Oh, fuck.
chewing on some hay, and it's like, oh, yep, I'm gonna hold my breath.
both of you have the same strategy. You two are truly in sync. I fear.
Oh, he
for
says,
my
"Oh, no,
chances."
no, no. He's just been telling me that's what he's going to be doing. He talks to me all the time."
Okay. He's like, I wish you both the best of luck. I do fear for my chances of winning since you two have joined. I go over to the weird golden is it a hagfish?
No, it's technically a worm. The rest of him looks almost entirely Goliath, except for the weird hair.
Yeah. The worm Goliath man. I'm like, hello, I'm Lunu.
Says, "What's up, little dude?" He goes down to give you a high five.
I
He
give him a
leans
high
over.
five. Oh, you're incredibly
He says-
friendly.
He comes up and he takes out a piece of paper and he signs it and he gives it to you. It's a picture of him that he signed.
Okay.
Are you a fan?
No, a competitor actually.
Says, "Oh." He like thinks for a little bit. A competitor named Lunu, and he looks like he's thinking about it for a little bit, and he says, "Oh, you're one of those friends of Bubbles."
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I'm not supposed to talk to you guys."
Why not?
He says, "Oh, well, apparently you're big rivals with my girlfriend."
Wait, are you dating her? Oh. Oh. But that you shouldn't let your girlfriend dictate who you talk to. You're your own man. You can make your own choices.
Oh, no, I want to support her in her political endeavors, you know? So if I talk to the enemy, that might embolden them.
I'm not the,
You.
I am not your enemy. Am
He's a fellow sport.
I have not. Have I? You've been very friendly to me, and I hope I have come off friendly to you.
And he says, "Yeah, little dude. But you know, I don't know a lot about politics, so I need to listen to them."
Hey, listen. A few months ago, neither did I. I've learned a lot. But you know what? Just because, you know, we have different political opinions doesn't mean, you know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. If you, let's put this in hypothetically. If you didn't know that I was a friend of Bubbles beforehand, would you still have talked to me?
He says, "Well, I mean, you came over and talked to me."
Well, yeah, no. If I told you I wasn't a friend of Bubbles, would you still talk to me?
He says, "Well, I mean, I guess I'm technically still talking to you anyways,
Yes.
and you are a friend of Bubbles.
Yeah.
So that means I probably would definitely be talking to you if you weren't,
Okay.
because the reason why I can't talk to you is because
Yeah.
you're a friend of Bubbles. But I am talking to you,
See.
but I shouldn't."
Yeah. But you already are.
Says, "I am." He
So
kind
how
of like
long-
points.
How
What
long?
is
That's
happening? I feel like I'm having a stroke.
Let's change the subject a little bit. We don't need to talk politics. This is racing. Racing is fun.
Oh, he says, "Oh yeah, I like to race."
Yeah, no, I did
You know?
dinosaur racing back in Ava and you know, Ormos, and I wanted to try my hand at this.
Oh, I'm told I wasn't allowed to do that.
Did you want to?
He says, "Oh, I thought it would be interesting, but apparently the sea racers and the dinosaur racers, there's different levels of prestige. My manager told me that I shouldn't do the dinosaur racing because it would look bad for the sea race."
You see, I think it is a matter of perspective, my friend. You know, do you just want to see race? You know, it sounds like you let people tell you what to do all the time.
Oh, he says, "Oh yeah."
And have you ever like made your own choice?
Oh, he says, "Oh yeah." It never really ends well.
Why not?
He says, "Look, I make the choices when I'm out on the track. You know, that's I never make a wrong choice when I'm out on the track. When I'm not on the track, well, I sometimes make some wrong choices."
Like what? Drugs?
Drug.
He says, "Oh no! I don't." He like gets close. He says, "I don't dope. That's cheating. That's cheating on the racetrack.
No,
Okay,
agreed.
we don't do that. All right. Like I said, I don't make mistakes on the racetrack."
What about depressants?
Yeah, so no, you don't want to make mistakes on the racetrack. But
It's like, the other day, I was going to the store, and I'm currently living with my mother.
Okay.
And she asked me to pick up. She said, if you have a gallon of milk, if they have a gallon of milk, get it. And if they have a dozen eggs, get it. And then I showed up with 4 gallons of milk. Because I thought that's what she said, right? Based off what she said, that's what it sounds like.
That's not
That
what
I'm
she
supposed to be
said.
bringing 4 gallons of milk. And I just don't know what happened.
I would have gotten 2 gallons of milk.
But-
Yeah, I trust it.
But here's the thing. I know you made that one mistake. There's always
so then
an
she sent me back
opportunity.
out.
Yeah.
And she says, well, don't worry about the milk. We'll drink it or we'll give it to the neighbors. Just go to the store and buy some eggs. So I go to the store and I buy some eggs. All right.
Yeah.
And then
like as they're talking,
I come back home and I left the eggs at the store.
Why did you do that?
I just bought them. I didn't know I needed to bring them home.
What?
Then what was the point of buying the eggs?
That's what I was saying.
Truly top 10 tragic backstories.
Please tell me that Lunu just like accidentally butt dialed us before.
You know what? You know what might help you, bud? Because it doesn't sound like.
Says getting in the race. I'm always smarter when I'm in my race mind.
Maybe a little bit of that, and maybe something called note taking.
Maybe some Adderall.
The matter will go a long way with this one.
Like whenever I go shopping, grocery shopping, I always have a little list with me to remind me what I need to get. And it's okay to make mistakes sometimes, you know? This is a part of life. Life may seem like a race,
He
but
says-
it is actually a marathon. And some people run longer than others.
He says, I get that metaphor. That metaphor speaks to me because it's about a race.
He's
He like
crying.
puts his hand on your shoulder. It's like, huge hand compared to your body, and he says, "Yeah, little man, you're right. Sometimes you gotta, you just gotta go out there, and then when things are looking bad, you just race for 8 hours, and then the problems are gone while you're racing. And yeah, they may be back when you're there because problems just don't apparently vanish when you go racing for 8 hours, and then everybody's really mad at you for not doing your other responsibilities. But you know what? Once I started winning, people stopped caring about that as much. So maybe that's what I got to do. I got to keep on winning. You want to know what, little man? You're right. I'm gonna redouble my efforts. I'm gonna make this next race the best race I've ever done."
I
No!
Well, I'm glad you think that way. That wasn't the point of what I was trying to say. But I like your moxie. I got to ask, that is a very nice kelpie. I always had the technique when I was doing my racing that I like to bond with the creature I am racing with. I don't know if that philosophy goes for you too.
It says, "Oh, me and my partner here, we go back a long time. They've only tried to eat me like 2 or 3 times, which is very, very low for Kelpie."
I mean, he's not wrong.
Idea for the kelpie is named water chestnut.
Yes, please, please.
Is that the one from Dungeon Meshi?
I believe
No,
so.
it was Anne from Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. We can name it that. Its name can be water chestnut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really hope that when Lunu went over to talk to this guy, he accidentally butt dialed us so we could listen in on this absolute like disaster of a conversation to fully understand the depravity that we're up against.
Yeah. And I've only known the stunning Vanessa Chambers for a few days now, but our bond has been pretty strong, and I wish you the best of luck in your race.
He says, "Yeah, little man, I agree. Oh, before you go, let me make sure you get one of these." And he pulls out another picture of himself and he signs it, and he gives it to you. It seems like he forgot about the fact that he gave you one already.
Now you can sell
And
it.
then he leaves.
Well, that was a conversation that I had.
You get your Blair yelling from your pocket. What the fuck were we just listening to for the past 10 minutes?
So that was that could be the potential king of our nation.
It's not.
It sounds like he's a couple seahorses short of a stable.
To say the least.
Wait, that was the military guy? Oh god.
Oh no, he's one of the racers. He's dating.
He's dating Necrolita, yeah.
Yeah.
So if
He beat Prince
Necrolita
Consort.
wins,
He will be the
he
king.
probably, well, they might call it Prince Consort.
Yeah.
I haven't decided that yet.
Yeah. Look, he's not king until they're married, maybe. I don't know,
Look,
but
he would definitely be called first dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this wedding's a tabloid marriage. Their marriage is a tabloid one.
Good job.
he's got levels of himbo energy that I cannot even comprehend.
I think it's just.
Hey, and I've known a lot of himbos over my life.
You don't understand.
No, I heard the conversation. I do. I am shocked by how much himbo energy he has, and that's
He's
with
very
me knowing
powerful.
as many himbos as I have over the course of my life.
So, I guess we have to get ready for the race. I'll see you at the arena.
Oh, you say that to him as he's leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, yeah, I hope you'll be cheering on me from the stands. Forgetting about how you told him that you were going to be
Don't
racing.
worry, I'll be there.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if he remembers that I'm a friend of Bubbles.
I think he lost that plot long ago.
Maybe we'll get lucky and like, despite being really fast, they're like Zoro from One Piece, where they just have no sense of direction.
They go the opposite. They go backwards on the racetrack. Oh my god.
Yep.
He's gonna be locked in.
Yep. Is this where we're cutting it for today, or are we gonna?
Yeah, I think this is a good, a natural breaking point, and it sets us up pretty well for the next one, because I'll want to explain, again how kind of like the rules are going to work, and then if you wanted to get like the artwork for your boy, we can put that up as well.
It'll give me some time.
Yeah, so this is I think this is a good breaking point.
Agreed.
So,
All right, cool.
All right. Hey, I'm Boosh /Connar / your Lunu this evening. You can find me, Boosh, at Conjoin Artists on Instagram, Blue Sky, places I need to post more on. You can also find me, Con the Artist, on Twitter. Follow us here on YouTube. Join the Discord. We haven't had a Conjoin cast in a while, but by God, we should have one soon. I've been very busy with a move coming up, so it's probably the big reason why we haven't done it. But after I move in, or maybe sometimes before, we will get this fucking party started. Gonna toss this over to Austin.
Hey, you can find me on Octo_Ross, though I will let you know I'm not active on Twitter. I just lurk there, but I am doing stuff for the channel. Like, there was a actual play we did a Fabula where I was the GM. Whether Connar will post it or not, we'll see.
I probably will. We have actually caught up on stuff, so. And yeah, let's pass that over to Tasura.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tasura. I exist. I'm a person. And if you also exist, several months in the past, you might see me at a anime convention this weekend.
What? Oh. My God. May.
Yeah, so if you're in Chicago.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I exist. I'm a person. I'm real. I'll be found somewhere. Just like wish for me in your heart, and I'll show up. Steven.
Why yes, this evening I was Blair Audina, recruiter of pigeons and every other boss character that we face in this campaign. And you can find me at fuck, who am I? Oh yeah, Venty179 on YouTube, on Twitch, and 79 on the worst side on the internet, Twitter. And Venty on Blue Sky, and that's basically it. I had a lot of fun this session. It was great. Tom!
Hi, my name is Tom. You can find me on Grammys. That's when you whisper to a granny what you want me to hear, and then they will send me the information. And I'll get it, and I'll whisper back to the granny who gave me the information, and then they'll send it back to you, and we can have a conversation. Yeah, so my my plug today is bulk ordering large amounts of ladybugs. This is a real thing. They come kind of frozen, and then once they defrost, they wake back up because they're asleep when they're frozen, and so you can literally go and buy 10,000 ladybugs. It's not that expensive. And then you have 10,000 ladybugs, which makes you very powerful. And that's my plug for today.
Wow.
You can release them in buildings.
A perfectly good snack as well.
They can release them in buildings. They can open doors.
You know, I've been having a problem with aphids, so this would be really useful. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Good night, everybody.